They won't see your next move. Have you ever felt like a shadow on the chessboard of life? Like a pawn that others underestimated? Have you ever been there, on the sidelines, ignored, believing that no one sees the fire in your eyes? They judged you. They labeled you. They said you don't have what it takes, that you won't make it, that you're just another name on a list, another face lost in the crowd. But they don't know your next move. They think they know you, but they have no idea what you're capable of. They think you've given up, but you're just staying silent and building. They think you've lost, but you're only waiting for the right moment. How satisfying would it be to prove them wrong? How beautiful would it be for them to see that the person they ignored is the same one who, slowly but surely, took control? Winners are not the ones who shout the loudest. They are not the ones who boast before they've done anything. They are the ones who work in silence, who endure and persist, who turn every insult into fuel. What do you do when they underestimate you? You rise. What do you do when they say you don't have what it takes? You prove them wrong. What do you do when you feel like the whole world is against you? You smile and keep going. They won't see your next move because you are the one controlling the board. You are the one who decides when it's time to strike. Don't stop now. This is not the time to give up. This is the time to show them who you really are. This is the time to win. Because when they ignored you, you became the most dangerous piece on the board. But listen carefully, strategy is everything. A warrior doesn't rush blindly into battle. A grandmaster doesn't move without a plan. Neither should you. You must master patience. Every setback, every delay, it's all part of the game. They think you're stuck, but in reality, you're calculating. You're evolving. You're sharpening your mind and refining your skills. Your energy is precious. Don't waste it on proving yourself to those who don't matter. Instead, invest it in becoming unstoppable. Let your actions make the noise, not your words. Discipline is your secret weapon. The most dangerous players aren't the ones who act on impulse. They are the ones who have control over themselves. They move when the time is right, striking with precision, never wasting an opportunity. And remember this, power doesn't come from what you say, it comes from what you do, consistently, day after day. Every moment you hesitate, someone else is moving forward. Every excuse you make, someone else is pushing past their limits. So what's your next move? Will you let them dictate your limits, or will you redefine them? Will you remain predictable, or will you become the unexpected force they never saw coming? You are not just a player in this game. You are the game changer. Burn the old version of yourself. Shed the skin of doubt. Step into your power. Decide. Act. Rise. Conquer. Because the most powerful players are the ones no one sees coming. Let me tell you something else. Your mind is the ultimate weapon. If you don't train it, if you don't sharpen it daily, you'll never be able to play at the highest level. Doubt? It's just noise. Fear? It's just a wall waiting to be broken. Every challenge you face is an invitation to evolve. Every failure is a lesson disguised as pain. Will you accept the lesson, or will you let it break you? Greatness isn't built overnight. It's built in the unseen hours. When no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when no one believes in you but yourself. Success is not about luck. It's about obsession. It's about waking up every day and deciding that no matter how hard it gets, you will not stop. The world belongs to those who refuse to back down, to those who get knocked down 7 times and rise 8, to those who embrace the fire instead of running from it. You were not meant to be average. You were not meant to blend in. You were meant to dominate, to disrupt, to leave a legacy that cannot be ignored. And let me remind you, comfort is the enemy of progress. The moment you feel safe, The moment you stop pushing yourself, you've already started losing. Growth is painful. It demands sacrifice. It demands that you wake up earlier, work harder, and push further than anyone expects. You cannot afford to play small. Not now. Not ever. The weak hesitate. The strong move with purpose. The weak wait for permission. The strong take what is theirs. The weak seek validation. The strong create their own path. So again, I ask you, what's your next move? Think carefully, because the moment you decide, the game changes forever. This is your time. This is your move, and they will never see it coming. You are the architect of your destiny. Every decision you make, every action you take, it all builds the foundation of your future. You don't need permission to succeed. You don't need validation from those who never believed in you. The greatest victories are born in silence. They are cultivated in discipline, shaped by resilience, and revealed in moments that leave the world speechless. Are you ready to shock them? Are you ready to make the move that changes everything? They laughed at you. They doubted you. They whispered behind your back. But soon, they will fall silent. Soon, they will watch in awe as you rise higher than they ever imagined. Not because you told them, not because you sought their approval, but because you refused to break. You refused to be ordinary. You refused to accept anything less than greatness. Now, it's time. Time to move. Time to strike. Time to win. Because they won't see it coming. But you've seen this moment all along. They'll never understand how you've made it this far. They'll never grasp how you've turned your scars into your greatest strength. They'll never realize the nights you spent alone, preparing for a future they never thought you deserved. But none of that matters now, does it? What matters now is the decision in front of you, the choice that will either propel you forward or leave you stagnant. Will you accept defeat? Will you let others decide your future for you? Or will you rise up, seizing your destiny with both hands, defying every expectation, every limitation? Remember, success isn't given. It's earned in the trenches of persistence, in the unwavering pursuit of a dream that only you can see clearly. When they doubt you, they've forgotten what it takes to truly build. They've forgotten that the quietest movements can bring about the biggest shifts. So, what's your next move? The answer is simple: you move. You don't wait for opportunities. You create them. You don't seek permission. You take what's yours. You don't listen to the doubters. You prove them wrong. Because when you make that move, the one they never saw coming, the world will be forced to watch as you dominate. And as you rise, they'll see the truth, that the game was never about them. It was always about you. Now go. Go make your move. Go make them witness your greatness. Because they'll never see it coming. But you've been planning this all along. You are the one who holds the power to change the game. To move when others expect you to stand still. To rise when they believe you've already fallen. You control the tempo of your life. You write the next chapter. No one else gets to decide that for you. Think about it. How many times have you been told you weren't good enough? How many people have written you off as a lost cause just because you didn't fit their expectations? How many times have you been knocked down only to rise again, stronger than before? Each time you got up, it was one more moment that showed you were never meant to stay down. You were never meant to be ordinary. You were meant for something greater. But here's the thing, they didn't know you were just warming up. They underestimated your willpower, your hunger. They thought they had you figured out, but all they saw were the moments of struggle, not the quiet determination building behind them. They didn't see you in the quiet hours, when you were putting in the work no one noticed. They didn't see the sacrifices you made, the late nights, the early mornings, the sweat, the tears, the pain. And they certainly didn't see the fire inside you that refuses to be extinguished. So now, the time has come. The moment has arrived. You've prepared, you've endured, you've fought your battles. And now, the world is about to see what they never expected. How sweet will it be when you make your next move? When you shatter every preconceived notion they've had about you? When you step out of the shadows and into the spotlight they thought you would never reach? When you show them that the power they tried to suppress within you was never theirs to control in the first place? They're going to watch, stunned, as you rise. And all that time, when they doubted you, you were becoming a force they could never anticipate. What's your next move? It's time to stop asking for permission. You don't need anyone's approval to move forward. You've got everything inside you to make it happen. Every tool, every skill, every ounce of potential, you've been building it your whole life. Now, it's up to you to use it. You are the one who chooses the direction of your life. Not them, not the doubters, not the critics, not the people who've never understood your dreams. You are the one who writes the script of your journey. The only opinion that matters is yours. The only belief that counts is the one you have in yourself. Are you going to let fear control you? Are you going to listen to the voices telling you that you can't, that it's too hard, that it's too late? Or are you going to rise above all of that and do what you've always known you were capable of? You have a choice. You can stay where you are, stuck in the past, held captive by other people's doubts. Or you can step into the future you've been dreaming of, a future that no one else can see but you. A future that's just waiting for you to step up and claim it. What will you choose? The path of least resistance, the one where nothing ever changes, where you stay safe but never grow? Or the path of transformation, the path of growth, the one that requires courage, strength, and belief in yourself, even when no one else does? I know which path you'll choose. You'll choose the one that leads to greatness. You'll choose the path where you rise, where you break through your limitations and show the world what you're truly capable of. The truth is, they'll never see it coming, because while they were busy doubting you, you were busy preparing. While they were looking the other way, you were setting the stage for your greatness. And when the time comes, when you make that move they didn't expect, the world will be forced to pay attention. They'll realize that the person they underestimated, the one they thought was just another face in the crowd, was the one they should have been watching all along. But by then, it will be too late, because you'll already be standing at the top, and they won't be able to reach you. You were never meant to play small. So, take your power back. Make the move. Break the mold. Show them that you are the force they never saw coming. You are the one who will redefine the game. What's your next move? It's the moment that will change everything. And remember, when they say it's impossible, when they say it can't be done, show them that you're the one who makes the impossible possible. The game is yours. Now, go and play it like no one ever expected. The world won't know what hit it, but you'll be ready. Because your next move, it's unstoppable. There's something liberating about being underestimated. It's the calm before the storm. The moment when everyone writes you off, and you get to smile to yourself knowing what's coming. They've never seen you at your full potential. They don't know who you truly are. And it's in this very underestimation that you will find your power. Have you ever been ignored by the world? Or maybe even by the ones closest to you? They don't think you're capable. They don't think you have what it takes. But in reality, they don't know how deep your fire burns. They don't know the strength you've been quietly building, the resilience you've been stacking brick by brick, day after day. What happens when you stop caring about what they think? What happens when you stop listening to the noise of the world that tells you to quit before you even start? You start to realize that they were never your real competition. You were always competing against yourself. And when you finally break through that wall of self-doubt and fear, nothing can stop you. They'll try to convince you that you're too far behind, too broken, too tired. But you know the truth, don't you? You know that the greatest comebacks are born out of the deepest struggles. That's where the real transformation happens. In the darkness, in the hard times, when you feel like giving up, that's when your strength is forged. That's when you find out who you really are. They won't see your next move because they're too focused on their own limitations. They're too focused on trying to define you, on putting you in a box, on deciding who you are based on who you used to be. But you're not who you used to be. You are evolving. You are becoming someone who doesn't take no for an answer. You are becoming someone who gets up when life knocks you down, and you never stay down for long. The moment you decide to break free of their expectations is the moment you begin to define your own destiny. The moment you stop listening to the voices that tell you no is the moment you start saying yes to your potential. The moment you step into your own power is the moment they lose control over you. You become untouchable. You become undeniable. You don't need them to see your next move. You don't need anyone's permission to be great. You don't need validation from people who never believed in you. Because the only thing that matters is what you believe in yourself. Your vision, your drive, your determination, the relentless force inside you that refuses to be silenced. That's all you need. And don't think for a second that it will be easy. It won't be. There will be days when it feels like the whole world is against you. There will be moments when the doubt creeps in, when the fear whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not enough. But here's the truth, the road to greatness is never easy. The path to success is full of obstacles, setbacks, and sacrifices. But if you're willing to keep going when others stop, if you're willing to push through when it seems impossible, that's when the real victory happens. Because the greatest warriors aren't the ones who never fall. They are the ones who rise again every single time. The ones who take what life throws at them and use it to become stronger, better, and more unstoppable. The ones who understand that the struggle is part of the process, not the end of the journey.